we launched this podcast, the Orator Academy students have been super excited about an opportunity to feature here. Many have been eager for this opportunity, and some put their trust in me, their coach, and allowed me to push them out of their comfort zones. And some others who have what it takes keep stepping back and withdrawing, perhaps out of lack of confidence or fear of judgment. While this is about my students that I just mentioned, this typically happens a lot with many of us. The truth of the matter is that if one keeps second guessing, second judging oneself and passing the opportunities on to others, the opportunities will stop coming our way. And that's what I want to address today. When silence protects us and when it slowly erases us. Welcome to OATS UNCUT, where we keep the talk real, relatable, relevant, unfiltered, and mostly uncut. We often stay quiet to avoid confrontation, critique, or correction. And that in itself is not a bad thing. Silence can be strategic. It can be wise. It can be compassionate. But silence becomes dangerous when it turns into a habit of surrender. Because once people get used to our lack of voice, they stop listening for it. Why are we so articulate about everything else but ourselves? We speak fluently about ideas, opinions, and events. But when it comes to ourselves, our boundaries, our discomfort, our dissent, we hesitate. Because speaking about ourselves changes the stakes. It reveals where we stand, and standing somewhere means we can be disagreed with. But then, is confidence something you build or something you borrow or cultivate? Confidence is often mistaken for certainty, but real confidence is simply the willingness to speak without knowing the outcome. Many of us borrow confidence early on from mentors, roles, or moments. But when we stay silent too long, even borrowed confidence expires because unused voices weaken. So, what are we really afraid of when we are afraid to speak? It's not confrontation itself, it's exposure. Sometimes we stay quiet because speaking would reveal our non-compliance or our disagreement or our lack of allegiance. And silence feels safer than declaring, I don't align. So we nod, we comply, we disappear a little. Are we teaching children to speak well or just to speak correctly? Children learn quickly what is rewarded. Correctness is rewarded. Compliance is rewarded. Politeness is rewarded. But courage, dissent, respectful disagreement, those are rarely modeled. So children learn early that silence equals safety. And they carry that lesson into adulthood. Silence is helpful until it becomes expected. Until people assume, she's fine, he agrees, they won't object. At that point, silence isn't peace, it's erasure. And reclaiming your voice later feels harder than using it early. A practical communication reset would look like this. How do we correct this without becoming combative, defensive, or loud? Here's a simple communication reset. Name, don't narrate. Instead of over-explaining, just name your position. That doesn't align with me. I need to revisit and reconsider. I see it differently. You could use any of these expressions. Short, calm, clear. Your voice doesn't need justification to be valid. Start small. Use your voice in low-stakes moments so it doesn't abandon you in high-stake moments. Because silence should be a choice, not a habit. Thank you for joining me on OATS Uncut. Stay aware, stay honest, and keep the conversation unfiltered and uncut. We shall meet again.